Last evening, the president issued guidelines on the operations of security forces in which he warned against the use of excessive force when arresting suspects. The police and the army have confirmed receiving the guidelines, which they have promised to consider during their operations going forward.
Police officers are talked to almost every day. Almost every day. So what is it that goes into the minds of some of us going out of the way? The human nature, the human weakness. So reminding us, I think he's not tired doing this, but would love to see better work ethics than probably what he's seeing.
It is a directive, and it is a reminding directive, because most of the things mentioned in the paper are very crucial to our image as the forces, especially where some of our members behaved in a way they are not supposed to behave.
Meanwhile, some analysts believe the international pressure prompted the president to come out strong on the issue of torturing suspects.
It is no surprise to us, that we've been making these noises, we are the so-called noise makers. We've been making these statements about the treatment of suspects, and what the law says. I think, and this is an educated guess, that this was a response to the international pressure and the general public outcry.
It's just a shame. If Kawoya hadn't been seen in the public, the brutalization of Kawoya, it would now be business as usual. He's responding because the people used the cameras. He had wanted to use cameras to get criminals, and the population used the cameras to get him.
Uganda has been portrayed internationally as a country in which the security agencies are violent, are torturous, are unlawful, and behave in a manner that really is impunity.
However, some say warnings alone are not sufficient, and errant officers need to be brought to book.
And if the president wants to actualize his directive, the starting point would be to bring those people who have tortured, beaten, harassed, ill-treated Ugandans before the court of law so that they can pay for their deeds.
Cannot be seen to be rewarding. So the president's letter and directive will be meaningless, will be useless, and until he takes actions to prosecute, to hold to account members of security agencies that have violated human rights.
It is a directive that any member of the armed force or any other agency that will act contrary to what he has guided definitely will be held to account, like we have done with those who behaved contrary.
However, Dr. Fred Sekindi from the Foundation of Human Rights Initiative advises that the Constitution should prevail over presidential orders in regards to operations of security agencies. The analysts are also against the president's directive to shoot murder suspects who try to flee during arrest.
But if you are saying do not torture a suspect, and at the same time you are saying shoot that suspect under the following conditions, then you have not it's contradictory.
We spoke to some MPs about the president's letter.
That means, according to how I understand it, it actually means he's the one who directs the security people to do what they have been doing.
Therefore, support with the president on this matter and call upon all the officers who have been torturing people to be brought to books.
The Opposition Forum for Democratic Change also reacted to the president's letter during their weekly press briefing.
The moment you give contradictory orders, and then he ends up encouraging security people to shoot people that they are rioting. Those who are rioting, he says there can be conditions for shooting people. Extrajudicial killing, which Museveni castigated day one he seized the power in 1986.
Ali Mivule, NTV.